for offensive, so. Nope.
So we're making a ball.
Make it a habit of paying attention.
So did Chiva do any games this year?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did. Okay.
We alternated back down in Portland. He did the girls and I did the guys. So he was on when I jumped in, and we were back on.
I was a little busy.
Oh. So, yeah, it was a long time. Yeah, we were in the
Yeah, they must either stream it themselves or don't.
I don't know
stream
if we're
anymore.
streaming now. I don't know how we would.
That's okay. Just do that.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Halldale High School. It's a big day here in Farmingdale. The top two teams in Class C are taking on each other today. The Monmouth Academy Mustangs and Halldale Bulldogs, both 12-2. The winner will very likely be the top seed heading into the Class C South playoffs. I'm Rob Kennedy along with Rob Munzing. Chris Wheeler is on our camera today, having our Senior Day ceremonies here at Farmingdale. And we'll kind of pause a little bit. So I know we can't pick up the house mic right now, but I will mention the seniors coming out. And the first one is KJ Greenhalgh, returning to softball this year. Played on the soccer and basketball team. She's heading to St. Lawrence University, and she's going to continue basketball up there in Canton, New York, way upstate. Second senior day of our four graduating seniors is Carolyn Coro. Been a fixture on this softball team as well as basketball for the last 4 years. She's had some success, hasn't she, with these two clubs being as successful as they've been? So Carolyn's heading down to Andover, Mass next year. She'll be at Merrimack College. Ashlyn Donahue coming out now, number 14 for the Bulldogs. Ashlyn, a 4-year starter on this team. She'll be playing collegiate softball next year as well. She's going to Ripon College. That's in Wisconsin. And our final senior being honored today is Zoe Sewell, the Halldale catcher, another 4-year starter. She's also going to continue her softball career at Simmons University down in Boston. She'll join her sister Emma Sewell, who's playing for Simmons, who's here today, out there on the field. There's 4 graduates of this Halldale High School team this year. And we've honored all 4. So Monmouth and Halldale today. Both these teams, as I mentioned, 12-2. The Mustangs won their first 3 to start the season. Knocked off by an up-and-coming Coney team, 7-5 on April 29th. And they peeled off 5 wins after that before being knocked off 6-5 by Dirigo. The Cougars in 4th place right now, 11-4. And they've won 5 straight since, including a thriller in Hiram against Sockopee on Saturday. They were down 3-1 at the top of the 7th inning. Hannah Parsons hit a 2-run home run to tie the game, and Bella Lyons doubled home the game-winning run in that 5-3 win for Monmouth Academy against the Sockopee Valley High School Hawks, who are number 5 overall in Class C South. So some tough teams they've played, some tough games, and a character win. Those are those kind of wins that can really propel you into the postseason.
Well, that's one of the things Halldale decided to do this season. They played a very strong Nokomis team early on. Nokomis knocked them off, and I think that was a game that broke the winning streak. But certainly when you take on a team like Nokomis, you're going to be better for it. And I think that was the coaching staff. That's what they were thinking. That's what they wanted to do. And they'll see if that pays off as they move into the postseason, which they will here very shortly as we're towards the end of the regular season. They do have a Mountain Valley Conference championship game, but that's not always played, lots of times you're looking to build some depth, getting other kids in. We did that a couple of years ago, I believe.
Yeah, Madison won that one, and that was back in 2021.
Right. And didn't break the streak because it didn't count.
Right. It's a game that counts, but it doesn't, I think, is the best way to look at it.
That's a good way to say it.
Teams overall would like to win it. It's nice to win a conference championship and get to hang a small banner in your gym. But as you mentioned, it has no impact on the regular season record. It has no impact on the postseason. Another great game between those two rivals in Madison and Halldale at the time. And Halldale lost the conference championship, but did go on to win the state title that year, the first of their three in 21, 22, and 23. Monmouth Academy's got a pretty good legacy of softball as well. They have 4 total state championships and a very dominant team back at the turn of the century, 97, 98. 2000 and 2001, the Mustangs girls won state championships that year as well, and they'll be a formidable team going into the postseason, and they could still get the top spot. Win today here at Farmingdale, and it's Monmouth Academy, not the 3-time defending state champs Bulldogs, who enter with that mantle as the top seed going into the postseason. So this game is important, and it will likely be a rematch on Saturday between these two teams in that MVC championship game, although Spruce Mountain could conceivably maybe get that number 2 spot in the heels, but it's really kind of all to play for Monmouth.
This game was set to be played yesterday. Of course, showers came in and rained heavily overnight, but the field here is a stone dust infield. Really drained well. Not so great down at the baseball end of the complex. Really wet down there when I came in, and they will slog their way through it, but the field here will be no factor at all. Beautiful shape.
Mentioned Halldale's record, 12-2, the 3-time defending state champs. Only 3 state championships in the trophy case here at Farmingdale. They won their first 6 before they were shut out by that Nokomis team you were mentioning. They're the B North leaders right now on May the 11th, and just Mia Coots, an outstanding pitcher. It was a close game for the most part. It looks worse than it was on paper. The Bulldogs lost that game 6-0, but 5 of those 6 runs unearned. And overall, the Bulldogs kind of stuck with Nokomis except for one inning where they made some mistakes and it came back to cost them. Nokomis a lot like Halldale in that they'll punish you for the mistakes. After that, the Bulldogs won 4 in a row. And then a shock defeat here to Lisbon on May 20th, 5-3. Lisbon was not a team that was expected to really challenge Halldale in that game. Was kind of looked at in the counters like a ho-hum contest, but the Lisbon Greyhounds had other ideas, and they won the dogfight up here. And that could be a loss that, of course, the Bulldogs didn't want to take, but in the end, that might be a rallying point for them in the season. You know what that's like, Rob Munson, coaching as many teams as you have. Sometimes a loss can really refocus a team.
Well, it's a wake-up call, Rob, and that's certainly what that was. And since that time, Bulldogs have refocused and back with it, and certainly they are headed towards postseason in really good shape as usual. They've had quite a run here for the past, 4 years or so, and certainly been at the top of Class C during that time. And we've had a couple of games on during the course. We try to get there. Many of you know that we had an unfortunate house fire, and Munson Media has been limited a little bit this spring, but I did want to make sure we get out and took care of our kids up here. We love our Bulldogs, and we're here for softball today, and not sure where we'll be during postseason, if anywhere. Things are very changeable, Rob, in my life right now, so I certainly thank you for coming on at short notice when we plugged this game in and said, hey, let's try to do that game. And of course, it rained out yesterday, but here today, and you hear the wind blowing, the cold front coming through, and we got Rob well mic'd up. We've got a raccoon tail or something on his.
I was calling it a squirrel tail.
Squirrel. Yeah, it looks like a squirrel thing. I'd take a picture, we'll put it up there maybe, but hopefully the wind won't be too bad here. And we're expecting a crisp, cleanly played game. They're trying to get some middle school games. Those poor middle schoolers, they've been trying to get their season in as well, and they're going to play afterwards here. They're hoping for a 5 o'clock start here. We won't be bringing you that game, but they're hoping to get a doubleheader in tonight. Can do that with the way the sun sets here, and as we head into June, graduations are coming up here shortly, and kids will be graduating. I love to see when graduation and all the pomp and circumstance takes place. Of course, we'll be doing the Garden High School class day and graduation as we've done. Somebody asked, how long have you been doing that? I said, well, not streaming, but covering it. All the way back 30 years ago, Rob, I started doing video, 1994, for the class of 1994. Wow. And some years off when I retired for the first time for a few years, and back at it as soon as I came back in 2012, and have continued on there. So, and of course now we're streaming it. Getting a good look at our backstop camera. Chris Wheeler up on our camera high above the field here. He's up on the field camera giving a good look here from field level.
Run down the lineups here for both teams. We'll start with the batting order for Monmouth and talk about the defense for the Bulldogs. Riley Chase will lead things off for the Mustangs. She's the shortstop. Maddie Hers at second base today. She'll bat second. Riley Smith's in center field batting third. Cleanup hitter is Shanna Parsons. She's the pitcher. Bella Lyons is at first base batting fifth. The catcher, June Foyt, bats sixth. Nora Labonte, the designated player, is batting seventh. Haley Parody's in right field. She'll bat eighth. And Lillian Plesky rounds it off. She's playing third base today. Lexi Pineda is in left field as the flex player. And here is Riley Chase to face Ashlyn Donahue. Chase hitting .424 on the season. One of the leading hitters on this team. Takes a strike from Ashlyn Donahue, and Donahue making her 14th start. She's 10-1-1 on the season, a .51 earned run average, 68.1 innings pitched. Allowed 41 hits and struck out 90. Here's the 0-1. Down to second base, Tori Tibbetts is there. The throw to Mira Skane, there's one away. Donahue pitching, Zoe Sewell, the catcher, the four-year battery mates for the Bulldogs. Jade Graham's at third, Lucy Gray's at short, Tori Tibbetts at second base, Mira Skane's at first. Outfield left to right, Maddie Coro, Marie Benoits, and Carolyn Coro, the Halldale outfields. Maddie Her up now, lays the bunt down, Sewell is out, and the throw, not in time. A bunt single by Maddie Her, and the first hit of the game for the Mustangs.
Beautiful bunt right down there in no man's land.
Riley Smith up now, Riley, the center fielder. Riley's hitting .485, 11 RBIs on the season. There's a swing and a miss, strike one. Keep an eye on her down there. She's got 7 stolen bases, good speed, but very few have challenged Zoe Sewell behind the plate this year or any other. She's thrown out 3 of the 7 batters that run against her, so you got a 50-50 chance at best. And Smith's behind Donahue in the count 0-2. Gorgeous day for softball, the wind's swirling. Blowing in right now from center field. It's been blown out to left, and yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it in Mike's. Nothing we can do about that, folks.
You're getting the full experience, it's just like being here. Is that pitch upstairs for a ball? It's a 1-2 count now to Riley Smith. Oh, a nice changeup, took something off that and gets Smith on strikes. And there's 2 away. First strikeout for Ashlyn Donahue. That brings up Shanna Parsons now. Parsons, the hero of that Sockabee game, ripping a home run to tie things up. Hitting .429 on the season, 16 ribbies. Fastball catches the outside corner for a strike. Zoe Sewell calling the pitches for Ashlyn Donahue as she's done. And they give Zoe Sewell a lot of trust behind the plate.
Oh, she's earned that trust, Rob.
Oh, yeah. Player in the running for NBC Player of the Year, as is Ashlyn Donahue. In fact, last year they let Zoe Sewell decide who's going to start the games. Rita Benoit and Donahue both pitching, and Zoe would kind of say, yeah, I think Rita's got the better stuff, or Ashlyn does. And there's a strike. Umpire behind the plate took a freeze frame camera shot of that and made the call.
Oh, you saw well at home, too.
1-2 the count now. Donahue 1 strike away from getting around a bunt single by Maddie Her, who stands at first base. Here's the 1-2. Upstairs, throw down to second base, and she's out. Lucy Gray held on to the ball and applied the tag, and again, very difficult to run on Zoe Sewell. Even the speedy Maddie Her couldn't do it. She's caught stealing, and that ends the inning for Monmouth Academy. No runs on 1 hit. They don't leave anybody. And after 1/2 an inning, no score here in Farmingdale on Munzing Media.
worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you. Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you.
Rob Kennedy, Rob Munson, Chris Wheeler back here with you in Farmingdale. Halldale coming to bat in a scoreless game here in the bottom of the first. And they line up this way. Tori Tibbetts at second base will lead off. Zoe Sewell, the catcher, batting second for the Bulldogs. After that, the pitcher, Ashlyn Donahue, batting third. Marie Benoit, the cleanup hitter. She's the center fielder today. Jay Graham bats fifth. She's at third base. The shortstop, Lucy Gray, batting sixth. Mira Skane at first base, bats seventh. Maddie Coro in the eighth spot. She's the left fielder. And KJ Greenhalgh, the designated player, bats ninth. Carolyn Koros out in right field is the flex player. On with Academy with Shanna Parsons in the circle. 12-2 on the year, a 2.28 ERA. June Foyt, her battery mate behind the plates. Lillian Pileski's over at third base. Riley Chase, she's at shortstop. Maddie Herr, who was shaken up on that tag. Look, she got that Lucy Gray tag just under the visor of the helmet. But she's okay. She's out at second base. Bella Lyons at first. Outfield left to right, Lexi Pineda, Riley Smith, and Haley Parody. Bottom of the first, about to set to get underway. Tori Tibbetts leading off. Tori's hitting .431. 19 singles, a double, a couple of triples, and takes strike one at the knees. Got to take your spots in games like this and manufacture runs. Both teams very good at doing this. The lefty Parsons. That's flared out on the right side. It'll end up foul. Her giving chase, but the ball tailed away from her, and Parsons ahead of Tibbetts, 0-2.
Wind's going to be a factor, Rob, on any fly ball today. Swirling wind.
I think it'll stay up
blowing
very
in.
long. It really looks like it's knocking the ball down, as just did in that play, and it is blowing in, and then swirling back, blowing out to left again. Here's the 0-2. Tibbetts fouled that off. She stays alive. Tori's a junior. Parsons ready to wheel and fire. Right back to the pitcher, Parsons. The easy throw over to first base. Lyons is there, there's one away. That brings up Zoe Sewell. Zoe's hitting .465. 20 hits on the year, 12 singles, 4 doubles, 3 triples, a couple of home runs. Leads the team with 20 RBI. Here's Parsons' first pitch to the Halldale catcher, ripped down the right field line, foul. Craig Donahue's the first base coach down there, had to dance out of the way. I think the wind's gonna be a factor as far as runs and offense in this game. Might make it even more difficult to manufacture anything as far as big hits are concerned. That's downstairs, 1-1.
Well, I came to set up about 1:10, 1:15, and Monmouth was here at the field. Halldale was in the final period of the day.
I'm in a busing situation.
I don't know.
Sometimes the case in RSU2. Down to shortstop. Riley Chase bobbles, throws, and makes the play. Great work by Riley Chase to stick with it, and Bella Lyons digs it out of the dirt. 2 up, 2 down for Halldale, and here comes Ashlyn Donahue, the Bulldogs pitcher. Ashlyn hitting .387 on the year. 4 doubles, 9 ribbies. Lefty does have home run power. He hasn't displayed that yet this year. Takes a strike over the outside corner. Outfield straight away for Donahue. That's a little inside, 1-1. Just outside, 2-1 now. Parsons back in the circle, working quickly. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Donahue faced the minimum thanks to a caught stealing back in the top of the first. Parsons trying to set down the defending champs, 1-2-3. Almost. That was fouled off. Bounced off June Foyt's glove. So Donahue will get another chance. Parsons very deliberate, doesn't waste any time in that circle. Here it comes. That's fouled off as well, and once again, Donahue stays alive. Marie Benoit's taking her swings off to our left, hoping that Donahue can continue this inning and she'll get a chance to swing here in the bottom of the first. Another 2-2 is coming. That was downstairs, 3-2. Let's see what Parsons does here, as Donahue was battled back to a full count. All four inside, and a 2-out walk for Ashman Donahue. Gives the Bulldogs a base runner. First walk issued in this game by either pitcher. And a courtesy runner coming out for Halldale. They don't have a 21 on the roster, so I'm not sure who that is. Marie Benoit up now, the Halldale center fielder. Marie showing bunts. Gonna be close down there at first base, and she beat it. So both teams now with a bunt single. And two base runners on with 2 outs now for Halldale. Lucy Gray coming to bat. Lucy's hitting .435, 17 singles, 2 doubles, a triple, and 16 RBI. So a big spot for Halldale there early to get on the board.
Yeah, not often 2 outs. Your number 4 hitter up, bunt single.
Well, the Bulldogs are very versatile when it comes to what their players can do at the plate. There's no doubt about that. And there's a ball high, ball 1. Nice stab by Foyt behind the plate to keep the runners exactly where they are.
Well, as you said, Rob, runs could be at a premium here. You got to cash in on the situations here.
You get the opportunities, you have to take them. That's fouled, and it will get out of play behind the Monmouth Academy dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Glad you're joining us wherever you are watching this game today on Munzing Media. We're live here in Farmingdale, Maine. Gorgeous day for softball, a windy one. 75 degrees though, can't ask for better temperature. That's also out of play. Shanna Parsons, 1 strike away from getting out of him. Little minor jam here, 2 on, 2 out. And the lefty is ready for the 2-2. Marie Benoit's at first. It might be Emily Nichols running for Donahue at second base. I'll see when she gets to home. That's outside for a ball. Now it's a 2-2 count. It's a big pitch now for Parsons. That's outside. The count's now full. She's going to come right after Jade Graham. Lucy Gray on deck. Parsons trying to nibble a little bit. Let's see what she'll do here. And that's ball 4. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Inning started innocently enough for Shanna Parsons. Retired the first 2 batters courtesy of groundouts. But she's walked 2, sandwiched around a Marie Benoit bunt single, and the bases are loaded for Lucy Gray. Lucy hitting .435, 16 RBI on the season. 2 doubles and a triple. No place to put her, so Parsons will have to come right after Lucy Gray. Either try to overpower the Halldale junior or make her make contact and let the fielders do the work. Monmouth Academy very reliable in the field. That's popped sky high on the infield. Gathered in by Parsons, and she gets out of that little bases-loaded jam by getting Gray to fly out on the first pitch. So no runs, 1 hit, 3 left for Halldale. We played 1 full inning here in Farmingdale. No score between the top 2 teams in Class C South on Munzing Media.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost. And for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munzing Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munzing Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation.
Since 1892. And it changes the game, 35-26. This has been a wacko affair.
4, 5, 6 coming up in the Monmouth Academy lineup. Jenna Parsons back at the plate. She was up there at the end of the first inning when Maddie Herr was caught stealing. Bella Lyons, the first baseman, will be batting second. June Foyt, the catcher, and Nora Labonte, if anyone gets on, the designated player. So Parsons up again, facing Ashlyn Donahue. First pitch from Donahue was a strike. One hit so far for the Mustangs. That was the bunt single by her back in the first. And that's high and outside, 1-1. Parsons hitting .429. 14 ribbies on the season. Several players in double digits on this Monmouth team. Here's a strike. 1-2. We'll mention, too, the Monmouth stats are a little unofficial as they only have 12 games entered in right now. Not that I'm faulting them for that. I'm happy to have any stats at all to give me an idea of some of the players. That's outside, 2-2. So when I mentioned the batting average in RBIs, it's an approximate overall based on what the stats were. It's close. They are listed in their Game Changer app, but a couple games haven't been entered, and that's fine. Here's the ball downstairs. It's a full count now to Shenna Parsons. Donahue, the righty, set to deal the payoff. That's fouled off. Much like Donahue did to Parsons. Parsons a tough out at the plate, fouling it off and staying alive. Another 3-2 delivery from Ashlyn Donahue. Oh, great stab there. Beautiful glove by Donahue. Looked like that was going to be a single up the middle. But just a ground out, 1-3, there's one away.
Boy, pitchers can help themselves so much in softball by commanding the fielding position that goes along with it. And Ashlyn, beautiful play there, stab, just great reflexes there. Even if you knock it down, she's got to play, but she stabbed it clean.
Bella Lyons up now from Monmouth Academy. First ball swinging. And it's going to get over the backstop. No play for Zoe Sewell back there. Strike one. Lyons playing first base today for the Monmouth Academy Mustangs. Lyons hitting .370 on the season. 12 RBI.
Well, Summers back.
An 0-2 count now from Donahue to June Foyt. Monmouth catcher is ready. The Halldale pitcher, Donahue, is ready. Let's see what Donahue does ahead in the count 0-2. Good place to waste it. Just missed a little outside. Saw Sewell, who's really very good at framing the pitches. Just bringing the glove a little back over across the plate. Here's the 1-2. Sky high. That's going to end up near the middle school softball players gathering for their game out of play behind the Halldale dugout. June Foyt hanging tough. No easy outs on this Monmouth Academy team, that's for sure. They will fight you. Donahue's got the signal from Zoe Sewell. Here's the pitch. And again, Foyt, as is her custom, hanging tough. Seen that from June Foyt in the soccer field here as well from Monmouth Academy. Great soccer battles these teams have had. Another 1-2. Back to Donahue, fields it cleanly and makes the play. Another ground out, 1-3, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Donahue and the Bulldogs. They set the Mustangs down in order. No runs, no hits, none left. Still scoreless in Farmingdale as we head to the bottom of the second inning on Munzing Media.
If we're back on Facebook or not.
I can check. Yep, that was the last out. Good.
Okay, folks, I guess we got back one of the, well, we got cables running here, people back and forth, and anytime you're outside in the elements trying to do a game, you run the risk of those things happening. So, Rob, I'm going to go over and put some tape on that. I've got got an extension cord plugged into another one. Somebody walked over it, and out it came.
All right, I'll handle it from here.
We'll get the scoreboard back up going shortly.
7-8-9 coming up for Halldale here in the bottom of the second inning. Mira Skane, who's first baseman today, Maddie Coro, left fielder and designated player KJ Greenhalgh. Anyone gets on against the pitcher, Shanna Parsons. Back to the top of the order for Tori Tibbetts. Bulldogs with 1 hit, left the bases loaded in the first inning. A bunt single and a couple of walks, but Shanna Parsons got Lucy Gray to fly out on the infield to end the threat. These are the top 2 teams in Class C South. Over in Class C North, Bucksport at 15-1 is number 1. They just knocked off Washington Academy. Sumner Memorial High School in second place at 10-4. Both Class C North and Class C South. It's going to be a very interesting postseason as far as the depth of some of the teams. You've got some very good teams at the top in Bucksport, Sumner, Washington Academy, Orono as well. Same thing in the south, Halldale, Monmouth, Spruce Mountain, Dirigo. It's going to be a battle, though. There's some teams down that tournament bracket, and it'll give folks a bit of a threat. So it looks like might have a change out from Monmouth Academy at second base. I'll see what I can find here. Looked like they might have had Maddie Herr switch spots with Haley Parody. Parody's number 3. She's in the infield. So we'll see. Umpire's talking about this right now as far as the subs are concerned. Dave Kaplan, the Monmouth Academy coach, wanted to make sure that he's making the substitution in order and not having issues later on. But Maddie Herr is not at second base. Haley Parody certainly is now.
So I think we get the system up and running now. Let me check my scoreboard. Bottom of the second, correct, Rob?
Bottom of the second, no score.
No score.
On a gorgeous day here in Farmingdale, Maine.
Well, luckily we didn't lose the connection with Facebook, and we're able to scramble back online and
good.
Get it going. I believe Dave coached here at Halldale for a bit of time, Dave Kaplan.
He did. So Lexi Parody has gone into left field. That tag on the steal attempt by Maddie Herr has knocked her from the game, at least for the time being.
Yeah, I did hear Dave say, Dave Kaplan, coach of the Mustangs, that, you know, they're worried about potential concussion.
Yeah, you don't want to take any chances.
No.
And there was a hard tag on the head. You don't think that's much. It's a softball glove. But when you put the softball in the glove, now it becomes a lot different.
Yeah, and of course, 100% accidentally. It just, you're sweeping the tag, and she was well out and never even got close to the bag.
No, there's no malicious intent by Lucy Gray there at all. Just applying the tag. It's one of those freak things. But to make sure that Maddie Herr is okay. So here's Mira Skane coming up now for Halldale. Mira, as I mentioned, playing first base. First pitch from Shanna Parsons is a strike. Skane hitting .316, 1 triple, 11 RBI. Just a little bit low, 1-1 now the counts. Mira Skane, Madeline Coro, KJ Greenhalgh. Batters due up for the Halldale Bulldogs. Nice off-speed pitch, the change-up. Parsons took something off that, and you saw Skane well out in front. And Parsons ahead in the count against the Halldale first baseman, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the first strikeout recorded by Shanna Parsons. And there's one away for Maddie Coro. Maddie, a senior today, or senior every day, but a senior being honored today, left fielder today, hitting .345 on the year. 1 double, 9 RBI. Takes strike 1. Parsons back in the groove. She did walk a couple of batters in the first inning, but seems to have shaken that off immediately. Just a little bit outside, 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. Always great to see these two RSU2 teams battling it out. Doesn't matter the sport. That's a ball, 3-1. See how patient Coro is ahead in the count, 3-1. Takes a strike. Waiting for the one she wanted, and that wasn't it. So a full count now with 1 away. Parsons. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts for Shanna Parsons. And there's 2 away here in the second inning. Brings up the Halldale designated player, KJ Greenhalgh. Senior hitting .091 this season. Got a double on the year and an RBI. Mentioned in the pregame, KJ heading to St. Lawrence University up way upstate New York, Canton, New York. What a 7.5 hour drive from here, which I've done on numerous occasions. Beautiful place. Long way from home, though. Swing and a miss, strike 2. A great school to spend some time up there in Canton, Potsdam. Parsons, the 0-2. Missed a little off the plate, 1-2. Shanna Parsons trying to strike out the side here in the home half of the second. 1 strike away from doing so. And does. Called third strike. 3 up, 3 down, all retired courtesy of the strikeout. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Shanna Parsons and the Monmouth Academy Mustangs. No runs, no hits, none left, no errors in that second inning. We go to the third, scoreless, here in Farmingdale on Munzing Media.
Elliott Office Products is a family-owned business that has been around since 1985. Grampy Charlie started the business as a service technician, and it has evolved into a full-servicing printing company. From simple copies to full logo design, we offer it all under one roof. Located in Farmingdale, Maine, we are at the heart of many different communities. We love assisting new and existing customers with any of their printing needs. Stop by, call, email, or send us a message on Facebook. We would love to help.
We seem to have overcome our unplugging and came back up online. We've got a different system, Rob, here that we're using. less complicated. One of the neat things it does, it comes back up a lot quicker than rebooting a computer and monitors and all of that. So it's ideal for outdoors where we sometimes are at risk of the elements for one and things happening here.
The outside, you never know, especially when there's a crowd around. Both coaches, the umpires, over at first base. They're still discussing the Monmouth lineup, perhaps. I think the idea was to take Lexi Pineda, the flex player, and put her in for Maddie Herr. And I'm not sure that's what they're discussing, but that was what the conversation was at home plate back in the bottom half of the second.
Well, the batting order is locked in. Once you are in a spot in the batting order, you cannot change your spot in the batting order. That's the best way for folks to think of that.
Right, but with a flex player, though, too, I think they might be able to bring her in. I think that's what they're checking overall. Now let's find out. We might be able to listen in and eavesdrop as the umpire heads over here. Hey, Blue. Yeah, Pineda has gone in as the flex player. So she wasn't in the batting lineup in the first place, just the flex player. So she'll now take Maddie Herr's spot, number 2 in the lineup. Nora Labonte will start things off. Designated player, Haley Parody in right field. Lillian Pileski at third base, batting third. Back to Riley Chase at the top of the order if anyone gets aboard. Take our first look at the designated player, Nora Labonte. Got the lineup all set to go, and Labonte coming in. Swing and a miss. Labonte just playing her 5th game this season, making her 5th plate appearance of the season. Looking for her first hit.
You know, unlike other sports, there's no official book. Both sides will score the game, but the umpire is the official lineup for arbitrations and discussions and stuff like that.
I've been in that position before.
Yeah.
It can get complicated when you get numerous subs. It should be easy for the most part because the player that can go in, you have 1 re-entry allowed, except for the courtesy runners for the pitcher and catcher. But sometimes it can get very complicated back there. Here's the 1-1. That's fouled off by Labonte, out of play. And Ashlyn Donahue ahead in the count 1-2. So the Mustangs designated player leading off here in the 3rd inning. Bulldogs had the bases loaded with 2 outs in the first. That's as close as anyone's come to scoring in this game. That was fouled off. Good work by Labonte, just get a little bit of the bat on that to stay alive. The count staying 1-2. Halldale senior righty Ashlyn Donahue ready for the pitch. That's a ball low, 2-2. Not a bad place to miss when you're ahead, though. Sometimes you can get a batter to go fishing on one of those. But not that time for Labonte. Now a 2-2 coming from Ashlyn Donahue. Fouled off, and once again, Labonte stays alive. Said last inning, this is a Monmouth Academy team that will fight you at the plate, and you're not going to get easy outs from Monmouth Academy. Doesn't matter who's up. 1 through 9 in that lineup.
Oh, that's the kind of game you want this time of season, too,
for
Rob.
sure.
You know, it's a playoff atmosphere, good crowd.
And once again, Labonte fouls it off. 3 straight pitches fouled away by the Monmouth Academy designated player. Making Ashlyn Donahue work for the out so far. She's only given up 1 hit. A bunt single to Maddie Herr. That was back in the 1st inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And first out of the inning recorded by way of the strikeout. 3rd K. Recorded by Ashlyn Donahue. There's 1 away. So Haley Parody coming up now. He was at 2nd base. Hitting 390s out 79 in the season. Chops the first pitch foul. All 11 hits on the year for Labonte were singles. Donahue doing a good job getting ahead of Monmouth Academy batters, and she's ahead here 0-2 as Parity fouls that one away. So many foul balls, the umpires looking around for one. Tim Sewell over in the Halldale dugout, one of the assistant coaches. Firing one in to Donahue, set for the 0-2. See if she tries to get Parity swinging. Parity swinging all right. Another single for Haley Parity, the second hit of the afternoon for Monmouth Academy, and a one-out hit has Parity at first. And with the miscue, she takes second base as well. So an error sends her to second base. Now Lillian Pileski up with one out and a runner in scoring position. Pileski hitting .303. One double, one triple, 11 RBI. And a great situation here to get the visitors on top with one out in the third.
And kind of a needless throw to first base. She wasn't going anywhere, get away.
First pitch is a strike over the inside corner. That's the kind of thing Halldale does to teams. You make a miscue, they'll capitalize and take 60 or 120 feet on you. That time 60 feet for Haley Parity. Turnabout's fair play. Laying down the bunt, it's fouled off. And now it's an 0-2 count. We'll see if Pileski will be swinging away here. She'll try to lay down another bunt. I would bet she'll be swinging.
Yeah, that was a difficult pitch to bunt up high in the strike zone.
Kind of rose on her as well. You saw that coming in. Donahue's at 0-2. Good stop by Sewell behind the plate as that bounced just in front of her.
Sewell with a good low ball technique. Collapse, close the 5-hole. She's technically one of the most sound catchers in the state.
No doubt. That's fouled off, and Pileski got just a little piece.
Right back at our camera position. That's the question I get most, when people watch our game. They say, geez, I was watching one of your softball games, Rob, and how do you get that shot through the backstop? I see a lot of fences when I watch other games. Well, we'll talk more about that when we get a second, and something we've come up with here on Munzing Media.
Donahue delivers. That's high on the ball. Two delivery. That's fouled off again. Boy, are they making the Bulldogs work.
So we have a little camera that pokes through the hole in the fence, and we zoom in a little bit, get it set. We have a device called a fence clip, which stabilizes the camera, locks it right on there. So when you see the screen get hit, it'll shake, but it comes right back to this shot right here.
That's fouled off as well. Just a little foul tip by Pileski. 4 straight balls fouled off. It's almost like watching Bassmasters here.
Yeah.
Got a fish that's fighting and won't come in the boat. And the angler, in this case Ashlyn Donahue, trying like heck to reel her in. Let's see who's going to win this battle.
Big run out there.
2-2. That's high, 3-2. Riley Chase, the top of the order, on deck from Monmouth Academy.
This is a good battle by a 9-batter. Just Coach Kaplan will be really happy with that.
This Monmouth lineup is so deep, top to bottom. Here's the pitch. Back to the mound. Donahue has it. Took a look over at third. It won't be in time to hold Parity. She'll advance on the fielder's choice, but there's 2 away. So Parity's at third in the fielder's choice, and the opening run 60 feet away for Riley Chase. Riley Chase bounced out to Tori Tibbetts at second base to lead off the game for Monmouth Academy. Up in a big spot now. Swing and a miss on the high heat. Donahue throws gas, especially when she's really in the zone as far as accuracy is concerned, and she has been so far this afternoon. A little too high that time, and this time Chase laid off.
And not guaranteed on a wild pitch because the backstop is really close here at Halldale.
And Zoe Sewell is fast. 1-1 on the way to Riley Chase. Swing and a miss. Donahue knows that Chase likes to chase that high one. Everyone's got kind of a pitch they love to go after. So far we've seen Chase chase a couple out of the zone. Let's see if that's where Donahue goes again. 1-2. Strike three called inside corner. She fooled her with a fastball down low, and a big strikeout retires the side. One hit and a base runner that goes to third base, but no further. 2.5 played here in Farmingdale. Still no score between Halldale and Monmouth Academy and Munzing Media.
Why waste valuable time and gasoline traveling around when you can enjoy one-stop shopping at Goggins IGA in Randolph? Goggins is locally owned by people you know and trust at the heart of our community. Goggins offers the convenience of one-stop shopping, in-store banking, a large selection of liquors and wines, and a full-service pharmacy. At Goggins IGA, you're in, you're out, you're home.
Top of the order coming up for Halldale here in the third inning. Tori Tibbetts, Zoe Sewell, Ashlyn Donahue, and Marie Benoit if anyone gets on base. Against the pitcher, Shanna Parsons. No one was able to get on base last inning. In fact, no one put the ball in play. Parsons struck out the side in the second inning. Hope to have that same kind of success here in the third. Halldale had bases loaded in the first inning with 2 outs. Couldn't capitalize on that. Monmouth Academy just had a runner at third base with 2 outs and left her stranded as well. So both teams have had some minor threats, but no runs yet. Parsons, the lefty, has given up just 1 hit in the afternoon. The Monmouth Academy Mustangs have mustered 2 hits off the Bulldogs pitcher, Ashlyn Donahue. So here's Tori Tibbetts coming up for the Bulldogs. Tori bounced back to the pitcher, her first time up. Tibbetts came into this contest batting .431, 1 double, 2 triples, 14 RBI. It's got a feeling of a 1 or 2-0 game, doesn't it?
It surely does.
Of course, things can change quickly.
Pace is good. Pitchers are battling.
Now, wind is a factor as well. It's just going to make scoring runs all that much more difficult as the wind's knocking things down. Blowing straight in from center field right now. The swirling out to left field. That isn't happening anymore. First pitch, a ball up high from Parsons.
Haven't seen any balls in the air. Just a couple of infield pop-ups. No fly balls. The outfield, I don't think an outfielder has to put out either side today.
Only 1 fly out. That was the Lucy Gray fly ball that ended the first. That's it. Everything else on the ground or by way of the strikeout.
Well, you want to hit the ball down today, I guess. And
Tibbetts back in the box. Here's Parsons' delivery. That's a ball. Tibbetts ahead in the count here. Way up in the batter's box, awaiting the pitch from Parsons. That's hit in the air out to right field, and it's a pretty good run over there off Parody's glove. Tibbetts has great speed. She'll head to third base, and she'll be in standing. We mentioned that wind could be very difficult for fielders as the ball gets up in the air, and Lexi Parody, victim of that time. And the Bulldogs with a no-out base runner at third base for Zoe Sewell.
well, that's why we mentioned that we're here and we're trying to give you the kind of the feel of what it is like here. And we knew that anything in the air was going to be an adventure.
Zoe Sewell, the Halldale RBI leader, grounded out to short her first time up. Takes a strike over the inside corner. Sewell's 20 RBIs lead this Halldale team.
Well, in at the corners, not in at the middle infield.
Sewell swings, fouls that off. Thing about Sewell is you can play her to bunt, and she's very good at that, but she also a very valuable bat. Will swing away.
A lot of room up the middle. They're really playing her to pull. The shortstop several steps over into the hole. You can see it on your screen.
Parsons tried to fool her. Tibbetts is coming home, and she will score. A wild pitch costly, and Halldale draws first blood. A 1-0 Halldale, capitalizing on an error and a wild pitch. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Zoe Sewell. Parsons fires. Sewell rips that out to the gap. That's going to roll to the wall. Sewell's heading for second. It's underneath the fence. She'll have to stop there with a ground rule double. That's the 5th double of the season for Zoe Sewell. And a runner at second with nobody out and 1 home already for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, second time around the order, Rob. Bulldogs are getting zeroed in at bat. That's 2 hard hit balls this inning.
Ashlyn Donahue drew a walk her first time up, stranded at third base when the Bulldogs had the bases loaded back in the first.
Still nobody out.
Nobody out. Donahue going back to talk with Steve Aceto, the Halldale coach. Conference in the circle for Shanna Parsons. The entire infield's invited to that party. Donahue, the Halldale pitcher. She's hitting .387, 4 doubles, 9 RBI. She leads the team in walks far and away. She has 19 walks. The closest behind her is Zoe Sewell with 11.
You got to think she's up there, drive this run in, Rom.
That's
I
what
don't
she
think
wants
they're
to
gonna
do.
put anything on.
Takes a strike over the outside corner, squaring bunt, so squaring 2 bunts. That drew Lillian Pileski in, third base.
Yeah, they might have faked that bunt, just see what the defense was going to do if they could get a free steal at third.
Swing and a miss, good pitch by Shanna Parsons. And the Monmouth Academy pitcher ahead of Ashlyn Donahue, 0-2. A big out to get here. They can keep Zoe Sewell at second base and retire Donahue by way of the strikeouts. Parsons already K'd 3 already. Make it 4, great changeup. And a big out thrown by Parsons is 1 away. Marie Bedoin up now. Marie laid down a bunt single back in the first inning. She's 1 for 1.
You could think that could be on again, Rob.
That wouldn't
with her
surprise me.
speed.
Sewell at second base. I'd almost guarantee she lays it down and does. Fielded well by Bella Lyons. Parody's covering second base. Sacrifice bunt successful. Sewell's at third. So score that 3-4. Bella Lyons anticipated that very well, the first baseman, and came in to make the play. So Jade Graham coming up now for Halldale. Jade walked her first time up. Halldale third baseman, hitting .404 with 16 RBI. And a 3-way tie for second on the team with Lucy Gray and Marie Benoist. She has Zoe Sewell 60 feet away. If she can drive her in. First pitch, a strike. Rising fastball by Shanna Parsons. Graham is ready. Smacks that into the outfield, a base hit, and RBI. Sewell home to score, and it's 2-0 Halldale. 2-out RBI single by Jade Graham. That doubles Halldale's lead. So now Lucy Gray coming up. Lucy 0 for 1. She flew out to the pitcher, Shanna Parsons, to end the first. First ball missed a little down, maybe a little out as well. Teams met in the conference finals last year, the Bulldogs prevailing on that day. There's a strike over the inside corner. Might be destined to meet there again. It's St. Joe's this year.
Beautiful facility down there.
June 11th or 12th. I forget if it's a Tuesday or Wednesday for Class C. State championship is up at the University of Maine at Orono. That's on Saturday the 16th. Oh, that, speaking of great facilities, that's just gorgeous.
Have you had a chance to work up there, Rob?
Called a game there last year, 2
Perfect.
games last year in the regional C North and A North finals. That's flared out to right center field, a base hit. Graham's heading for third base, and she'll be in sliding. And taking an extra base on the throw, Gray's over at second. So a couple singles here with 2 outs for the Bulldogs. And they have runners at second and third for Mira Skane. Skane, a strikeout victim her first time up. Mira ended the game hitting .316.
Yeah, two huge runs there for both teams here. You're going to get a stop if you're the Mustangs here and limit the damage.
Skane in a position to put Monmouth into a little bit of hurt here. Fouls that off, and Shanna Parsons ahead in the count 0-2. Trying to retire Skane on strikes for the second consecutive time.
When Donahue pitching there, doesn't seem that you could come back from a 4-run deficit.
Right back to the pitcher, fielded perfectly by Parsons. The throw to Lyons retires the Halldale side, but the Bulldogs score twice on 3 hits, and they lead 2-0 after 3 full innings here in Farmingdale on Munzing Media. 2 runs.
Carver's Driving Academy is the perfect place to learn the rules of the road. Prepare to hit the road with confidence with their 3-week intensive course. Students will not only learn the basics of driving, but we offer individual, high-intensity instruction. We offer in-person and online classes, and our 3-week classes are perfect for student athletes. At Carver's Driving Academy, we are driven to excellence. Check us out on Facebook or email us at carversdriving@gmail.com. We want to thank our friends at McGee Construction have come on as a sponsor for us this year, and we will be making a full-fledged ad for them. They've been a long-time supporter of area youth in this Central Maine area, and we look forward to continuing our relationship with McGee Construction here and getting a full-fledged ad here. We got a new drone, lost the other drone in the fire, got a new drone, going to take it up and get it going.
Kaya Robitaille coming up now. She's taking Maddie Hur's spot. Robitaille getting her first at-bat here in this game. Takes a ball from Donahue down low to start the 4th inning. Robitaille getting her 3rd plate appearance. No hits yet this year. She's walked once. Chops that in the infield, played by Tibbetts. Little underhand flip, there's one away. So Robitaille retired 4-3. Riley Smith coming up now. Smith, the catcher, a strikeout victim to end the first, her first time up. Riley started the game hitting .485 today. 3 doubles, 2 triples, 11 RBI. That's fouled off the backstop for strike 1. Robitaille, Smith, Parsons on deck, Bella Lyons, who made that nice play on the bunt attempt. She'll bat if anyone gets on base.
You talked about the rival game here, Rob. Rival game tonight, 6:30. Beautiful evening. Get up to Coney. Watch the Tigers take on the Rams. 6:30 start.
Big game in Class B North. Very young Rams team that's improved quite a bit over the course of the year. And, of course, the Tigers, defending champs a couple of years ago. Still a formidable opponent. They'll make some noise in the playoffs. Nokomis leading Class B North right now, but it's going to be a war in that conference as well. Here's the pitch.
They got a win over Nokomis early in the season, I believe.
That's one of the 2 losses the Warriors have.
Yeah, no dominant team.
Dominant team seems to be down south, and the defending champs York, who I think are still unbeaten.
Yeah, I think it was York Gardner beat in the either in the states or the regionals. I think the year they won the states, they beat. Yeah, it was York.
I think it was the regionals.
It was the regional.
They were B South that year.
Yeah, and still are.
Yeah.
So
that's
Tigers are B South. Right. They play a North schedule.
That's right.
They had a great game at York, and since that time, York's continued to rip off wins. Great program.
There's a strike. Strike 3 called over the outside corner. Smith down on strike. Strikeout number 4 for Ashlyn Donahue. 2 away here in the Monmouth fourth. And Shanna Parsons, the pitcher, coming up. The lefty Parsons bounced right back to Donahue, made a great stab with a glove. It was hit well by Parsons.
Yeah, check out the Central Maine newspapers. They'll have all the playoff action.
Hit well again. Two-hopper to Lucy Gray, and again the Halldale fielders on points. Score that 6-3. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Bulldogs. They set the Mustangs down in order in the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left from Monmouth Academy. 2-0 Halldale as we head to the bottom of the fourth here in Farmingdale on Munzing Media.
Don't feel like cooking dinner? Call Capsa's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Capsa's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
Halldale got 2 runs in the third inning. They lead 2-0. In the fourth, they'll send 8-9-1 in the order up against the Monmouth pitcher, Shanna Parsons. That's Maddie Coro, KJ Greenhalgh, and Tori Tibbett scheduled to bat. And Zoe Sewell, if anyone gets on base, against Shanna Parsons, who's walked 2 and struck out 4, allowed 4 hits, and the 2 runs that have come in, both unearned. Actually scratched that one of the 2 runs is unearned. Halldale number 1 in Class C South, Monmouth Academy number 2. They're both 12-2. Bulldogs with an 8-point lead in the heel points, the tournament index. Spruce Mountain at number 3, and then Deergo at number 4. It is possible, I think, mathematically, if Halldale wins this game and Spruce Mountain has results go correctly for them for the rest of the season, they might be playing Halldale at Oak Hill High School at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning for the MVC Championship. If Monmouth wins, it will certainly be a Monmouth Academy Halldale matchup, and Monmouth will have the number 1 seed in Class C South. That's what this game's all about, number 1 seed. The winner's going to take that into the playoffs. Maddie Coro, a strikeout victim, her first time up, and takes a strike in the opening pitch here in the fourth inning from Shanna Parsons.
And home field gives you a couple of playoff games before they move to the regional final.
And a swing and a miss, 0-2. Regional final down at St. Joe's. Here's the 0-2. Oh, great changeup. That froze Coro. She's down on strikes. Strikeout number 5 for Parsons, and there's 1 away. KJ Greenhalgh shoved now, the Halldale senior, a strikeout victim to end the second.
Now, is KJ going to St. Lawrence? Is she going to play any athletics
She's
up there? She's going to play basketball.
There, yes.
Basketball was her sport.
Pulls the bunt back, ball 1. And good competition for St. Lawrence up there as well. She'll see some very good teams. If she was a hockey player, I'd be seeing her at Dartmouth. I don't think they cross paths in basketball as that's flared out and off the glove of Parody at third base. It's a tough play for Parody to make as the wind's still blowing and it blew the ball a little bit away from her as it was swirling. And Greenhalgh is on. Now Greenhalgh at first. I'm going to call that a single.
Little warning from the umpire. Wasn't sure what it was. Thrown bad, maybe?
I think she carried the bat or threw it, one or the other.
Okay.
So Tori Tibbett's up now, reached an error and scored the first Halldale run. Came home on a wild pitch. Zoe Sewell then wrapped the next pitch for a double. Would have been an RBI for the Halldale catcher. Bulldogs really don't care, I think, how the runs get scored as long as they get scored. Oh, smoke down the third base line. Pileski almost had that. Fielded by Pineda out there in left field. And she'll keep Greenhalgh at second base. It's a single for Tibbetts. She's now 1 for 3. So Zoe Sewell up now with 1 out. 2 runners aboard. Zoe's 1 for 2. Smacked a double to right center field her last time up. Came around to score the second Halldale run. hit the ball well her first time up, but right at Riley's Chase over at shortstop, who threw across the diamond to retire the Halldale catcher.
All the bats look the same. Gee, I got the wrong bat.
Got the right one now. Takes a ball outside. This is where it gets tough for Monmouth Academy pitchers or any pitcher facing Halldale. Start facing the meat of the order. It's hard to do, especially when you don't have runners on base, but more so when there are 2 runners aboard. Sewell to shortstop again. Play made at second base for the out. Greenhalgh advances to third. Big out recorded by the Mustangs. Again, Chase played that perfectly. Tibbetts retired 6-4. And Greenhalgh on the fielder's choice on at third base for Ashlyn Donahue. Donahue 0 for 1. She walked, advanced to third in the first inning, was stranded there. Struck out swinging last inning in the third. Can help her own cause here. A base hit would make it 3-0. Shows bunt. Throw down to third base. Sewell uncontested down to second. So now runners at second and third. A hit to the outfield would likely score them both. It's a big batter for Shanna Parsons to face and retire for Monmouth to keep this 2-0. Donahue had to slow down her swing, made contact, fouled it off. 1-1 count now. Shanna Parsons ready to deal. Donahue chops it to short. Chase bobbles, has it, throws, not in time. Bulldogs score the run. And everyone's safe as Greenhalgh comes in to score. The runners at the corners now from Marie Benoit's. Benoit's 1 for 1. She singled in the first inning. Laid down a sacrifice bunt in the third. And eventually aided in the Bulldogs scoring their second run of the game. That's out of play just over the backstop. Joan Foyt was trailing it, but won't have a play.
I think the runner at first will be off on this pitch.
You would think. There she goes, and there won't be a play down at second base. Score that one a wild pitch, actually, not defensive indifference. So now runners at second and third. Halldale up 3-0. Looking to add on some more. Parsons pitch, swing and a miss. Benoit out in front of that one. It's a 1-2 count to Marie Benoit's. It's sky high. Will it stay in play? It will. Caught over there by Pileski. It's out of play. Nope. It was caught by Pileski, but over the stripe and out of play.
Dead ball area.
If you stand in live ball territory and reach across and make the catch, that's an out. If your body goes across, up. The umpire explaining it doesn't matter where the player was, just the ball. I thought it was the player could stay on live ball territory.
I would check that rule, Rob. What if you reach over the fence?
Right.
Right.
Baseball, that is how it works. I'm not as versed in the softball rule book. That's a difficult flare out to second base. And 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Now Bulldogs score twice. Boy, that wind is challenging when the ball gets up there.
And that's why you want to put the ball in play. No question, the difference in this game, Rob, has been the Halldale defense. They haven't been called on it quite so much, but they've made every typical play, and Monmouth hasn't been able to put the ball in play as much as Halldale. So the elements, of course, haven't affected Halldale defensively as much as they have Monmouth. We said it was going to be a factor, and it has been.
It has been. And not all those plays are errors, so unfortunately for Parsons, they'll be earned runs, but depends how they're scored officially, I suppose, by both teams who are doing their own official books. I only have 1 error this inning. You can make the case for 3. I think there's a couple of balls that were difficult ones to play up in that wind. That is smacked out, and a well-hit ball into the outfield, and it's off the fence. Jade Graham to second base. Coming home to score, Benoit, and the Bulldogs put up a sixth on the double by Jade Graham.
Now, Jade came as close to hitting one out as anybody today. She put a charge in that one. She's got a couple of big hits here in this game. I think that's her second hit, double there.
Yeah, she's a double and a single. 2 RBI now. And on another day, that ball probably clears the fence. The wind blowing in might have held it up just enough to keep it in play. Lucy Gray up now. She hits that well out to right field. That's going to be over the head of the right fielder. Heading home to score is Jade Graham. Lucy Gray has got great speed. She'll go to third. And the Bulldogs have blown it open here in the fourth.
And a lot of those coming with 2 outs, Rob. This is well, this is what championship level teams do. They make you pay. They come up with timely hitting. They don't give up at bats. They just stay with it, and that's what we've seen here in this inning for the Bulldogs.
There's Skane, the 9th batter, to come to the plate. That might get down, and it does. That's a fair ball. One more run home to score. Here's Skane heading to second base. She's there with a double. The 6th run here in the 4th inning. And the Bulldogs lead 8-0. Dave Kaplan's heading out to the circle.
Yeah, a lot of this damage coming with 2 outs.
And he gave Shanna Parsons a high five, saying, this is not all on you. Maddie Coro started the inning. She's up right now. She was a strikeout victim to lead things off. KJ Greenhalgh singled. Tori Tippett singled as well. And Zoe Sewell on the fielder's choice made the second out. After that, an error, a single, a double, a triple, a double. The Bulldogs have brought the bats, and they have scored 6 times.
And a lot of these have been first pitch hits, last couple, Rob.
6 runs on 6 hits here in the 4th inning. And the Monmouth Academy Mustangs really have some work to do now. Maddie Coro, 0 for 2. Skane's at second. Coro showed bunt, takes a strike. Time to get some contact on that bunt, but it's fouled off. Shanna Parsons 1 strike away from ending the inning for the Mustangs. Maddie Coro, the Halldale 8 hitter, is ready. Here's the pitch to the Bulldogs left fielder. Pulls the bat back, but takes strike 3. And that ends the inning, but damage done for the Bulldogs. They score 6 runs on 6 hits. They leave 1. And after 4 complete, it's 8-0 Halldale over Monmouth on Munzing Media.
If you want to boost your energy, metabolism, and nutrition, try one of Northeast Nutrition's 85 energizing teas. Fruity, made with natural aloe, stevia, and herbal and green teas. Or have a low-carb 200 to 300 calorie shake for breakfast or lunch. Choose from over 50 flavors like Fluffernutter or Pumpkin Turtle Cheesecake. Northeast Nutrition also has customized protein iced coffees, caffeine-free options for the kiddos, and specialty drinks for athletes. Northeast Nutrition, 599 Main Avenue, Farmingdale. Follow on Facebook.
We would like to thank Fowler's Roofing and Construction. Find all their information on fowlersroofing.com. Building season is upon us. You need some roof work done after a tough winter? Fowler's Roofing's the place to go for that. Also, decided, hey, we got to build ourselves a garage. Fowler's Roofing will do that for you also. Any general construction, give them a call at 582-6622 or 582-1917. We'll be getting out to make them some ads as well this summer. I'm going to be busy this summer with updating some of the ads, making some folks some new ones, and we've got a few sponsors that have contacted us and want to come on board, so we thank them for that, and we thank all of you We've had really a great season here, and as I put up this graphic, thanks for a great 2023-24 year from all of us at Munzing Media.
Bella Lions leading off the inning. First ball swinging. Strike one. Lions a strikeout victim. 1 of 4 for Ashlyn Donahue so far today. Has allowed 2 hits and no runs. Just 1 base runner has reached third. That was Haley Parody back in the 3rd inning. That's not a play over the backstop. Lions, the first baseman today. Behind in the count 0-2. Lions have been very impressive with their glove out there today on the field and their positioning as well. See what Donahue does with an 0-2 count. And right at the first baseman, that's skied high. Underneath Mira Skane, the Halldale first baseman, there's 1 away.
See, that's over in the shadows. When we go to our cover cam, Chris Wheeler doing a cover cam up in the press box.
June Foyt heading to the plate right now. June's the Monmouth catcher. Grounded out to Donahue, the pitcher, her first time up to end the 2nd.
So we do have a press box. It's just hard for us to squeeze in with more than a camera and players. And
Foyt's not wasting any time, launches that into the gap. And Foyt's into second base with a stand-up double. 3rd hit of the game from Monmouth Academy, and the loudest one so far is Foyt. Not hesitating at all, going first pitch and rips a double.
and attack that right in the gap, right center field.
Boy, one of the league, the team leaders in doubles.
Multi-sport athlete out there for the Mustangs.
Nora Labonte up now. Labonte showed bunt, but it's downstairs, ball one. Labonte struck out swinging to lead off the 3rd inning. She's the Monmouth designated player. Donahue. That's outside. Ball 2. Monmouth down 8 runs, but that doesn't mean they're going to give up. In fact, the way I'm sure they're approaching this is just one at a time. You can't get them all back at once. So try to chip away. Any little bit's going to help. There's a strike over the inside corner. Foyt's got a pretty good lead over there at second base, but not enough of one to get Zoe Sewell's attention, really. She kind of looked down there. Swing and a miss. It's a 2-2 count to Nora Labonte. Haley Parody waiting on deck for Monmouth. Nice changeup and a good piece of hitting by Labonte to stay alive. She was way out in front of that, but managed to make contact and hang on. So 2-2 still our count. Donahue the righty. Winds and fires. Called off again. June Foyt's at second base with a 1-out double. Another 2-2 pitch on the way from Ashlyn Donahue. Fouled off. Telling you, these Monmouth hitters, they stay alive. A lot of 2-strike pitches thrown this afternoon by Ashlyn Donahue. Sometimes she's recorded the strikeout. She has 4 so far. Excuse me, 5 so far. Make it 6, swing and a miss. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Haley Parody coming up now. She's the Monmouth second baseman, started the day in right field. She's 1 for 1. Hit a single back in the 3rd. Does that again, she'll likely bring the run home, as no doubt June Foyt, who's got good speed, she'll be off on contact. Oh, right off the pitcher, Donahue knocked down. Will there be a play at first? There is. Oh, what a great play by Tori Tibbetts to follow that up. and flipped to Skane for the outs. Sides retired. Score that 1-4-3. No runs, 1 hits, 1 left for Monmouth Academy. Heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. Halldale with an 8-0 lead on Munzing Media.
Well, we've got a great play, probably the play of the game. Might try to take a look at this.
Sure.
Replay is something we haven't quite mastered with this, Rob, but we're going to take a look and see if we grabbed it here. No, we're just seeing the tail end of it, unfortunately.
Worth a shot, though. That was a great play by Tibbetts to come in, and that's going to leave a bit of a bruise on the pitcher, Ashlyn Donahue.
Got to believe it is. This might be it right here. There it is. You see it go right off her left leg. And what a great play that was. Well, we did have the replay, right?
Just had to find it.
Just had to find it, but pushed the wrong button. Back line. Well, that's good to have.
So bottom 5 coming up now here in Farmingdale.
So we'll stay right here with it and let you know that our playoff coverage is up in the air. The best place to find out what we're going to do is to check us out on the Facebook page of Munzing Media. But we want to thank everybody for just a great season, and many of you were so generous with your thoughts and actions here as we went through that house fire there at the very end of February there. My buddy right here, Rob Kennedy, being one of them. He very supportive, both emotionally and with some financial help, as many of you were, and we'll get all that money tucked away to help us out, and we're doing pretty well.
Wait, that was a loan.
Okay, I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back next Tuesday.
Right.
With hamburgers. Oh, that's great, Rob.
I get that
Oh,
reference.
that's a great one.
Well, what I was happy to see in that whole situation, and it was not surprising to me at all, Rob, was just the way the community did rally around. And I think that's one of the bright spots in the whole thing, is to kind of let people, validating, I guess, as far as how valuable that you are, and the community it feels Munzing Media is too. So that was nice to see.
Sure was.
Kind of the one lone bright spot in a bit lousy situation, but there was at least that.
And it's really disrupted our spring streaming. We took care of our college schedule, which we have to do. We're contracted there, but as you can well imagine, so many things going on. We still haven't quite cleared everything out. We've got to get back over and do that, and we're moving into the next phase, we hope, here very shortly. Demolition and then rebuild, and I hope I have good news for you in the fall.
KJ Greenhalgh, 1 for 2. First ball swinging, knocks that out of play for a strike. KJ a strikeout victim to end the second. Singleton scored in the 4th as part of a Halldale 6-run 4th inning. KJ the designated player. Starter on the Halldale basketball and the soccer teams. Rejoined softball this year. She had played beforehand. Seems like it's been a great fit for her and the team to jump back on in the spring. Here's Parsons' pitch. Here's a strike over at the knees. 1-2 now to KJ Greenhalgh. Greenhalgh, Tibbetts, and Sewell coming up for Halldale. And Ashlyn Donahue gets a board against Shanna Parsons. That's Sky in the infield. Lily Plesky's underneath. There's one away. So Pileski takes care of Greenhalgh, and now Tori Tibbetts coming up. Tibbetts made that dynamic play that you saw as we headed to the bottom of the 5th inning to end the 4th. Just hustling and making the underhand flip throw to retire the side. Tori's 1 for 3. Singled in the 4th. Reached on an error and scored in the 3rd, and bounced out to the pitcher Parsons to lead for Halldale in the bottom of the 1st. First pitch over for a strike. Parsons fires. Change up down low, 1-1. It's one of those rare days at Halldale High School when you're sitting here in late May and you're not getting eaten alive by bugs. The wind has been very good for that. Right up the middle, a base hit by Tibbetts, a 1-out single. 2 straight singles for Tori Tibbetts, and the Bulldogs with a base runner with 1 away for Zoe Sewell. Sewell's 1 for 3. Doubled and scored in the third, grounded up to the shortstop in the first, reaching a fielder's choice in the fourth. Mentioned the bugs here, Rob Munzing, some years back, probably 20 years ago, I would think. Was working for Adelphia Cable at the time. Mike Vile was my partner.
Yeah.
Sitting over by the Halldale baseball field, doing a Halldale baseball game, and put on the bug spray earlier on. And they're in the fourth inning as the first pitch of Sewell's outside for a ball. Mike had remarked about the bugs between innings and said on air, as he was kind of again swatting the bugs away, the dope is worn off. He was, of course, referring to the bug dope.
The bug dope, yeah.
I clarified.
That's what a good color guide's got to do.
There's a ball in the dirt, and the wild pitch sends Tibbetts to second base. An interesting broadcast. It was the other kind of dope.
That's funny.
And after that, Mike and I got the laughs, and it wasn't quite Orsillo and Remy with Here Comes the Pizza, but
yeah.
once you start laughing, it's kind of hard to stop.
That's it.
There's a strike. 1-1 now, the count level to Zoe Sewell.
Let's count, Rob.
1-1.
1-1. Fix that.
At least I think it is. Now I'm doubting it. We'll see. That's 3-1. You were right, and I was wrong. I missed one of them. Let's see how careful Parsons is here with first base open to Zoe Sewell. Sewell swinging, might drive in a run. Riley Smith has it. Here comes Tibbetts. There won't be a play at the plate. It's 9-0 Halldale, and the winning run now at first base with 1 out. So Sewell now with a multi-hit day. Just 1 RBI, though. She would have had one in the double she hit in the third inning, but Tori Tibbetts had come home earlier on a wild pitch. Ashlyn Donahue now reached on an error, struck out and walked. She scored in the fourth inning. Zoe Sewell at first will be the winning run if the Bulldogs can plate her here in the fifth. Sewell off. Throw down to second base. Sewell's going to third. No one's covering the bag. That's exactly the kind of thing Zoe Sewell does, though. One of the smartest players. One of the most heads-up players we've seen at Halldale High School.
Wow.
And she didn't even hesitate. Stole second and took third when the base was empty. So now the winning run 60 feet away with 1 out. The Bulldogs could walk this off here in the fifth. That's hit right over us. 1-1 now the count.
Yeah, what a heads-up play that was.
We've seen her do it a number of times before. If you watch this Halldale team, that's the kind of thing the team does, but Sewell especially. Fouled off by Donahue.
Where did the third baseman go?
Came in to challenge the bunt, and then didn't go back to cover third. Throw down to second base, and Sewell's like, I'll take it. That's outside. Donahue could end this game with a base hit. Or a sacrifice fly, but this will end up foul. That stayed fair. It probably would have been enough to score Zoe Sewell from third base. Instead, just a somewhat loud strike. Two and two now the count to Ashlyn Donahue. Shanna Parsons, the lefty set to deal. Ball 3, that's high. If Donahue reaches and the game continues, Marie Benoit is on deck. That's fouled off. Actually, Marie Benoit's on deck anyway. There's only 1 out. So now the count full.
Well, this game gave no indications of being at this stage in the first couple of innings.
Not at all. That's sliced down the left field line. It's also foul. Bulldogs scored 2 runs in the third. They blew it open with a 6-run fourth. They've got one more here in the fifth, and the winning run on third. That's fouled off. Donahue stays alive. The Lions at first base has come in close at the corner. I think Donahue will lay one down now with 2 strikes, but you never know. She's a very good bunter. Shanna Parsons. There's ball 4 upstairs. Runners at the corners now with 1 away from Marie Benoit. Marie's 2 for 2. There's a courtesy runner once again for Ashlyn Donahue. Benoit singled twice. She scored a run. Also laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd inning. Could win the game here for Halldale now.
Made a great play in the field as well.
Yes, she did.
Might be up for one of our player of the game.
Right back to the pitcher. Sewell not fooled at third base. That run over at second base really immaterial for the most part. 1 would be enough for Halldale here in the 5th. Here's a ball outside, 2-0. Right back in the box. Halldale Jr. ready for Parsons' pitch. Showing bunt, pops it up. It's a foul ball. It wasn't touched by Bella Lyons. That's what I was waiting to see, if she touched the ball. She didn't. If she had, the run would have come home. But couldn't make the play in the air, and wisely kind of threw the glove back and didn't touch it.
Yeah, good read.
So 2-1 now. Yeah, if she couldn't catch it, that was going to end the game, and I think she knew it. Here's a ball. 3-1 to Marie Benoit. First base is open. Well, I don't want to load things up for Jade Graham, though. That might be enough. Hit to left field. Here comes Sewell, headed home. There won't be a play. Zoe School scores the 10th run. And that ends it for Halldale. The RBI sac fly from Marie Benoit. The Bulldogs win 10-0. So the game was close early. The Bulldogs scored twice in the 3rd. The 4th inning really was the difference. 6 runs for Halldale. And a 10-0 victory over Monmouth Academy. These 2 teams likely to see each other one more time later on this year. Later on this week, in fact, on Saturday over Oak Hill. We'll find out how the heel points shake out, but one thing is certain. With this victory, Halldale will be the top seed entering the Class C South playoffs in a week's time. So we'll take a break, come back and hand out some awards right after this on Munzing Media.
Don't feel like cooking dinner? Call Capsa's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Capsa's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
If you want to boost your energy, metabolism, and nutrition, try one of Northeast Nutrition's 85 energizing teas. Fruity, made with natural aloe, stevia, and herbal and green teas. Or have a low-carb 200 to 300 calorie shake for breakfast or lunch. Choose from over 50 flavors like Fluffernutter or Pumpkin Turtle Cheesecake. Northeast Nutrition also has customized protein iced coffees, caffeine-free options for the kiddos, and specialty drinks for athletes. Northeast Nutrition, 599 Main Avenue, Farmingdale. Follow on Facebook at Northeast Nutrition and Energy.
Rob Kennedy, Rob Munzing, Chris Wheeler back here with you at Farmingdale at Halldale High School. Simmons Athletic Complex with the Halldale Bulldogs defeat the Monmouth Academy Mustangs 10-0 in this contest. And I think the score somewhat flattering Halldale a little bit. It doesn't feel like it was a 10-0 Mercy Rule game as far as how it feels here at Halldale, but that's the way it went. The Bulldogs scoring 6 times in the 4th, twice in the 3rd, and 2 more times in the 5th inning to put the game away and win this one going away 10-0 overall. We've got some awards to give out. versus the Northeast Nutrition Energy High Energy Player of the game. That goes to Tori Tibbetts. Tori on the day, a couple of singles, great play at second base, which was all hustle to make a play off as a ball was batted off the Halldale pitcher, Ashlyn Donahue. Came over and made the play to retire the side. Great play in the field. She gets our High Energy Player of the game. We thank Northeast Nutrition and Energy. Caps' Pizza Player of the game today is going to go to Jade Graham. Jade, the Halldale third baseman, 2 for 2 on the afternoon. An RBI double, a single as well. Strong in the field too, so she is our Caps' Pizza Player of the game in this Halldale victory.
Yeah, Rob, I'm going to have to get those kids those awards later on. We had some, but we lost those in the fire, so I haven't been able to, with all that's going on, get over to the businesses. But we'll keep that, write that down. Chris Wheeler will be in charge, reminding me we'll get those back.
They're both juniors, so we'll see them
yeah,
next
that's
year.
right.
So
That's what I was
no
thinking.
problem doing
yep.
that.
Yep, so that's fantastic. Looks like the seniors are walking off there. Is that what they're doing?
Yes, they
doing
are.
Here. That's really nice, and Chris picking that up on this. I want to thank everybody here at Halldale High School. What a classy place this is, and we want to thank everybody for a great year. Chris Ranslow, the AD here, Mark Tinkham, the principal. Mark sometimes is our analyst in basketball and soccer as well, and they've just got a great thing going here, and we're very pleased. All the coaches up here at Halldale, classy group. Rob Kennedy does a lot of the games up here at Halldale. We thank him. Colin Roy stepped in, did a fantastic job, all with Bulldog blood in them, and it's been a great year covering all the great teams. We want to thank everybody that helped us out with that. Don't forget Bulldog Strong, another big supporter of ours. They'll be having their summer camp. Look them up. I was able to transfer their ad over to this new device, but we want to thank the Madors for their contribution to all they did for us to help us out here and bring Halldale games to you. And check them out on Facebook. The summer basketball clinic is coming up here. They do a fantastic job with that, so they'll be able to fill in any information you might have on that and how to sign up for that. So for all our friends at Halldale, this may do it. We might get back. You never know. As I said, our plans are day-to-day here at this stage of things. But, again, I want to thank Rob for all his fine work this year with us, and really Chris Wheeler has been up here for almost every game that we've done here from Halldale High School as well. So great crew, great people up here. We'll be back next year for more if we don't make a playoff appearance up here for this continuing season here. So thank you, Rob. We'll throw to the horizon. So that's going to do it here from Halldale High School. For Rob Kenny and Rob Munsing, Chris Wheeler on our camera here today. Good luck to the Bulldogs as they move into playoff action. They win a dominant game here, 10-0. So that's going to do it. Thanks, everybody. So long.